President Joe Biden made clear Thursday that the world should expect a more diplomatically engaged United States moving forward. AP's Sagar Meghani reports.
After 4 years of America First,
America is back. Diplomacy is back.
On his first trip to the State Department, the president sought to reassure a diplomatic corps maligned under Trump that it'll be at the heart of a foreign policy reset.
I trust you, and I'm going to have your back.
He took a strong line on Russia, saying he told Vladimir Putin in a phone call the days of the U.S. rolling over are gone. The president says he's freezing a U.S. troop pullout from Germany, ending support of Saudi Arabia's offensive in Yemen, and making LGBTQ rights a cornerstone of diplomacy. Sagar Meghani, Washington.
House Democrats on Thursday asked former President Donald Trump to testify under oath for his Senate impeachment trial, challenging the former president to respond to their charges that he incited a violent mob to storm the Capitol last month. In response, a Trump advisor said that he would not testify. The request in a letter from House impeachment managers does not require Trump to appear, though the Senate could later force a subpoena, but it does warn that any refusal to testify could be used at trial to support arguments for a conviction. Even if Trump never testifies, the request nonetheless makes clear Democrats' determination to present an aggressive case against him, even though he has left the White House. On Wall Street, stocks closed higher with the Dow up 1.08%, the S&P gaining 1.09%, and the Nasdaq rose by 1.23%. A member of the World Health Organization led team searching for clues to the origins of COVID-19 in Wuhan, China, said Thursday that work needed to be done to trace genetic elements of the virus in bat caves. Emily Wither of Reuters reports.
Peter Daszak, a zoologist and animal disease expert, said the team in Wuhan had been receiving new information about how the virus led to a pandemic. He said there was no evidence to suggest it emerged from a lab, but they were examining the potential link to bats.
And that's the real work that we're doing here. We're trying to trace back from the first cases back to an animal reservoir.
One scenario being scrutinised more closely by the team is the possibility that the virus could have been circulating long before it was first identified in Wuhan at the end of 2019. The investigators have so far visited hospitals, research facilities and the seafood market where the first outbreak was identified.
That's Reuters' Emily Wither. Tokyo Olympics chief Yoshiro Mori apologized on Thursday for sexist comments he repeatedly made about women talking too much, but said he would not resign. Reuters' Emer McCarthy has more.
There have been calls for Yoshiro Mori to step down after he said that female board members talked too much. The 83-year-old made the comments at a Japanese Olympic Committee meeting this week, according to a report in the Asahi Shimbun newspaper. In a hastily called press conference on Thursday, the former Japanese Prime Minister said his comments were wrong, but he remained defiant about his position. The saga is likely to alienate a Japanese public that's already wary about hosting the Games during the health crisis. A recent poll showed that 80% of the public thought it shouldn't go ahead as scheduled in July.
That's Reuters' Emer McCarthy. The number of Americans seeking unemployment benefits has dropped, but it remains historically high. We get more from AP's Mike Hempen.
The Labor Department says 779,000 people applied for jobless aid last week, down 33,000 from the previous week. However, before the virus surfaced in March, applications never topped 700,000. The latest unemployment data show just under 18 million people were still receiving jobless benefits in mid-January. But once vaccinations become more widely distributed and administered in coming months, economists expect growth to pick up at a sustained clip. Mike Hempen, Washington.
Hi, thank you for watching. I hope the videos are useful for you. Please subscribe to my channel using the button below.